Okay, I'll go ahead and share the screen, and it's being recorded. So here, let me go ahead and share the screen, and we can start like this. So today is Monday the 8th, and we're going for class today. We're going to start the next section, which is 11.2. But I want to ask first if anyone has had trouble connecting with My English Lab or Google Classroom. Please contact me or get going on it, because we've got the midterm on Friday, and make sure you guys keep up, because the My English Lab is due on Friday. I'll talk about this a little more, but I just want to mention that really quick. So in class today, I just want to start out with a quick review. Sorry. Do we have any questions before we start? Okay, let's get going. It kind of first starts doing, do you guys know what a slug is? I read this in the chat, a slug. The little animal. You don't have many slugs in Lima, in the jungle. There's a lot of slugs. This little animal. How do you say slug in Spanish?
Caracol.
Close. A caracol is a snail, because it's got the shell. It's like the inside of a snail. But same idea. I think a slug without the shell is like a caracol. Don't you call it like a baboso, or babosa or something?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, make sure I'm saying it right. Have you ever put, I know in Lima there's not many. Have you ever put salt on a slug? I'll write this in the chat as well. Have you ever put salt on a slug? And if you aren't around slugs, you probably won't. So if you put salt on a slug, it dries out the slug and it kills. So salt kills a slug. It's painful. It's kind of, it hurts. I used to live in a house where it rained a lot in the United States, and there were slugs everywhere. But if you put salt around your kitchen, the slug stays away, because salt kills a slug. So this picture is supposed to be funny. He's making, do you know what this is called? What he made? Do you know what a maze is? So maze is like a labyrinth, right? A maze, or other things where you do something on a paper with a pencil, and you have to figure out the maze. It's a maze, and this is in the chat. So this is supposed to be funny. Do you understand your life may depend on it? I read this in the chat. Your life may depend on it means like, si no lo haces bien, de repente vas a morir. Yeah, it's like a poor snail. So it's kind of mean, but it's supposed, your life may depend on it means that you better Like, más te vale, you better be smart and solve the problem or you may die. So this is just supposed to be a funny situation. But I want to review giving advice really quick. So you should, you shouldn't with advice. So some of these pictures are serious. Some of the pictures are funny. So I'm going to show you a couple of pictures and I want you to tell me advice for the picture, just to review really quick. What should or shouldn't this person do? And anyone, you can say in the chat, you can.
Runny nose.
Yeah, he has a runny nose. And what should or shouldn't he do? All right, this in chat as well. So give advice. I want you to give this boy advice. You can type it in the chat. You can say the advice.
He should clean his nose.
Yes, he should clean his nose, for example. Anything else? You can say blow your nose too. If you take a tissue paper, say blow your nose. Anything else? What other advice? Okay, David said he should take medicine. Yeah, maybe he has a cold. Luis says he has a cold. So I'm going. I'm sorry?
Maybe I'm sorry. He should go to the doctor, maybe.
Yeah, maybe he should go to the doctor. Or maybe he should take a pill. As Angelo said, take a pill. Like to take medicine or to take a pill. So yeah, I'm gonna go to, there's a couple pictures. I'll go to the next picture. What should she do? These pictures start out serious and then they're less serious, but this one's serious. What should she do? Like, what should she do? Maybe there's pain. Do you remember what it's called when your throat hurts? How do you say when your throat hurts? Yeah, he should drink hot water, or she, I guess. Wait, for the nose or for the throat? Yeah, Jorge is correct. It's you don't say throat, so you say a sore throat. So she has a sore throat. And she should drink hot water, maybe. In the United States and Canada, when you have a sore throat, people say you should drink cold water.
Cold water is teacher, it's true.
In the United States, they say drink cold water, it will help your sore throat. So I think it's a little bit, I don't know if it's good or not, but I think because when it's cold, it helps the pain go away. So I don't know if it's good or not, but it's different in Peru. I know you guys drink hot tea and things here. Tiara said she should take a pill, for example. Yeah. She should drink hot water. She should take a pill. If she's in the United States, she should drink cold water. Or Canada. Anything else?
Teacher, maybe she should go at a pharmacy and buy an aspirin.
Yeah. So, all right, that's not yet. So maybe she should go to a pharmacy and take an aspirin.
Teacher, I can say she should take a painkiller for now.
Yep, an aspirin or a painkiller, either one. So she should take she should take a painkiller. People say aspirin. Sometimes people say aspirin to mean any painkiller. So sometimes say aspirin can be paracetamol, aspirin can be aspirin, aspirin can be, I don't know what else, Tylenol. But you can say painkiller or aspirin. Both are correct. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next one. What should she do? What should or shouldn't she do?
She shouldn't work.
Yeah, Tiara says she is stressed. That's true. She shouldn't work. What else? Oh, sorry, I didn't write that there, everyone.
She should sleep more.
Yeah, she should sleep more. So she should sleep more.
All right, she should take a shower.
Maybe, yeah. A shower sometimes wakes you up. So she should take a shower. She should sleep more. Anything else?
She should drink a coffee.
Yeah, that's usually what I do. It doesn't always work, but she should drink a coffee. So it's a couple things.
Teacher, she should work less.
Yeah, maybe she should work less. Maybe she's just depressed because she works too much. So I'm gonna go to the next one. What should she do? What should or shouldn't she do? I don't know if this is a real picture or not. Maybe it's real, maybe it's not. What should she do? Or what's weird about this photo? What's strange? I'll write this in the chat.
Teacher, maybe her look.
Yeah. What about her look? David said her nose is big, so she has a really long or big nose. Do you think she's ugly or pretty? Is this a trick question? What should if I don't, like I said, I don't know if this is real or not, but some people do have a really long nose. What should she do about her nose? And I'll write this in the chat. What should she do about the nose? David, good job saying
plastic
her nose.
surgery.
Okay.
Something like
They
this.
should or shouldn't? She should. She should get, for example, she should get plastic surgery. Yeah. Or anything else? What shouldn't she do?
She should go to a hairdresser.
Okay, yeah. She should go to a hairdresser, for example. I mean, anything else? I think she's pretty. She just has a big nose. Maybe she shouldn't go to a plastic surgery. What about this one? In Peru, do you eat cookies with milk in Peru?
No.
No, teacher.
No? It's an
Sometimes.
American thing.
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
teacher.
It isn't typical.
Okay, it's not typical. This is a very typical American thing. Especially if the cookie's hard, it's good to eat with milk. What should this person? So he's trying to dip. He or she is trying to dip the cookie in the milk. What should she or he do? Yeah, David said he should break. He should break the cookie, for example. Sometimes the cookie breaks accidentally and the bottom of the milk has a lot of cookie, but it's kind of good to eat. I don't know what else you could do. So you could say he or she should break the cookie. Do you know what this is? This cube? So what should she
Yes,
do?
teacher. It's magic cube.
Magic. In English, we say Rubik's, a Rubik's cube.
But it's difficult for me.
Has anyone here ever solved a Rubik's cube? I stress and cry. I don't know how you say Rubik, how you spell Rubik's. So I'll just say cube. Has anyone ever solved this cube, this Rubik's cube? I tried once for like 2 hours and I couldn't do it. And I gave forget it. I give up. Ruth says she's done it before. So Ruth, what should you can type if you want. What should she do to solve this Rubik's cube? Or anyone can answer. What should she do to solve? Or what shouldn't she do? Give some advice. Give some advice to the woman. I have one solution, but I want your I want to hear yours. We're almost done. I want to hear your solution first. Let me ask Karen, how did you solve the cube? So to Karen says she solved it before, or this could also be a question to Ruth. How did you solve the cube? Okay. I think,
Teacher, she should has a technique where, for example, in internet.
yeah. So she should maybe, you could say she should look in the I like Jesus's answer. She should look on the internet, sorry. On the internet for a technique, for example. So I think Jesus maybe Jesus says she should peel off the stickers and put them on and glue them correctly. Have you done this before? Jesus. Rosangela says she shouldn't complicate her life. So, oh, sorry. She read it to everyone. So she shouldn't complicate her life, for example. Yeah, Luis, that's a good one. She should watch a tutorial on YouTube. So if you look at the technique, it's easier. But I have never done it. So I'll give you guys one possible solution. This is one solution. So she should paint the cube. Similar to taking off the stickers. So this is one solution. To paint it. And one more, this is a picture of a bathroom. The bathroom is dirty. The toilet is dirty. Someone peed on it. What are some solutions for this one? For example, I don't know if you guys if you ever lived with other people, or maybe your family, if someone in your family is not very clean. What is a solution to make the toilet clean? For example, this is the last one. And then we'll start the class. Oh, sorry, that should be a question. What is a solution to make the toilet clean? I have a solution for this one too, but I want to hear, you guys can type if you want. What should or shouldn't they do?
The people should have more paper for cleaning the toilet.
Yeah, for example, they should have, we'll say the people. I'm laughing at the comment. For one. So one solution is they should have more paper. Rosangela says it's not her problem. It's a problem for boys. But if you have to live with boys, Luis has a good solution. Clean, but say like should or shouldn't. So you should, or they should put a notice on the wall. Clean before urinating. So that's a solution as well. Anything else? I'll give you one possible solution. So this is one possible solution. They should build a contraption. Yeah, you said they should urinate sitting down. That's a good solution. And I'll give you a second solution. So for the second solution, here's the second solution. So it says, if you pee on the seat, I will scrub it with your toothbrush. Would be another possible solution. Scrub is like to clean. So to clean it with your toothbrush. We haven't talked, I don't think you guys have done conditional sentences yet. But remember, if is like si. If you pee on the seat, so si orines en esa silla, I will scrub it with your toothbrush. Voy a limpiarlo con tu cepillo de diente. So, yeah, a drastic solution. So this is just something to warm up, to review a little bit. And so I want to get started, but first I want to ask, have you done My English Lab 11.1? So you had the whole weekend to do this. Remember, My English Lab, all of My English Lab is due on Friday. Is due. All right, this to make sure you guys understand on Friday before the test. This is all of Unit 11. Please do not wait until the last minute. The last minute is like the ultimo momento. Do not wait until the last minute. Make sure it. If you did not do 11.1, make sure you catch up. Catch up is like what, ponerse al día or something. So make sure you catch up. Okay. I just want to check. I know not everyone has done it. I checked on My English Lab, so not everyone has done it. So definitely catch up if you're behind. If you did 11.1, you're on the right track because it will be due on Friday. Okay. Remember, the midterm is this Friday. Okay. Do you have any questions? Okay, this is a reminder to remind you. I'm going to go ahead and start the chapter. Today we are on 11.2. It's one thing at a time. So we're going to be talking about adverbs of manner. We're going to be talking about sentence stress, not just with adverbs. We'll talk about sentence stress for everything. And we'll be talking about communication. We'll be talking about what's it called? Multitasking. So the main topic today is going to be multitasking. So I'll start out with a video and let's look at this. And I gotta stop sharing and share again to hear the sound. So we'll start out with a video talking about multitasking. And does anyone know what multitasking? Do you know multitasking? Okay, this video will hopefully explain a little bit about what multitasking is. So, see if we can start this video, sorry. Sometimes I get this to start. Let's watch this on actual YouTube.
Can you hold on 1 second? I have Susan on the other line.
No, you did not. No, you did not. You have given me more than enough. I have had just about enough. Go, 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 go! Yes!
Okay, so you get the point. Just to kind of go back to it. He's talking about, sorry. So multitasking. To do a task is when you do something. So let me get out of this so we can see it full. I can't see you guys' faces, so I'm gonna share it again. So before we start, let me ask what is multitasking? So this is kind of my first question to you guys. What, oh crap, I forgot to share it. What is multitasking?
A person who do a lot of activities at the same time.
Yes, a person who does a lot of activities at the same time. Do any of you multitask? I share this without seeing your. Let me try this again. So I'll ask this again. Do any of you multitask? For example, when you study, do you multitask when you study? Okay, so keep this as the same. Do you multitask when you study? You guys can respond in the chat if you want. Sometimes, one person, Karen wrote sometimes. Sometimes I multitask when I'm working. Sometimes it's efficient when I try to do two things at once, and sometimes it's not efficient. So I kind of want to talk about this a little bit more, but maybe we can do some of the exercises from the book. And then there's a group activity. And does everyone understand multitasking? I think everyone multitasks a little. Some people do it a lot. Some people do it a little. Multitasking just means doing more than one thing at the same time. For example, Jesus wrote that he listens to music. So listening to music and studying is multitasking. It's doing two things. For me, music helps me study. So for some people, it distracts them. But so sometimes multitasking can be good, and sometimes multitasking can be bad. So it depends on the person too. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the. I have some questions here at the bottom, but think about this on your own. You don't have to answer them. But when you do multitasking, it's asking. Okay, so Karen has a good example. She says sometimes she eats when she studies. This is really common in the United States or even in Canada, maybe in Europe, I don't know. Maybe in Australia, maybe in other places. But in the United States, people, even they eat even in university classes. So it's really common to see people in university eating a sandwich, eating a soup while the teacher is speaking. I write this in the chat, make sure you guys understand. So even in university classes, It's really common to eat and study. And the professor or the teacher, like, oh, no problem. In Peru, it's not very common. So I just wanted to talk about a little bit. I won't ask these questions, but these are some questions to think about. Let's go ahead and go to the next one. And this is from your book. So we're on unit 11.2. So it says, what happens when you multitask? Does anyone want to read? Will anyone read, please? Yeah, Rosangela, it's true. So in Peru, I try not to eat when I'm in class or when I'm teaching, but in the United States, it's okay. So I think it's a difference with culture. Maybe not in elementary school, maybe not in secondary school, but in some classes it's okay, and in university it's very common. Will anyone read where it says, what happens when you multitask? I'll make this a little bit bigger. Will someone please read? I tried to write some of the things I'm saying in the chat. I know sometimes it's difficult to understand, but I want to try to do it in English. Will someone read?
Teacher, I can read.
Yes, please, go ahead.
Well, what happens when you multitask? Number one, you think you work quickly, but in fact you work slowly. Multitasker do less work in an 8-hour day than non-multitaskers.
Okay, who will read number 2? Thank you.
Me, teacher, please. Number 2. Okay, number 2. Your memory gets worse. You forget names and numbers. You can't remember normal things easily. For example, your bank PIN number.
Okay, thank you. So you lose your memory according to this. What about number 3? Will someone please read number 3?
Number 3, teacher.
Go ahead.
You eat very fast and you eat too much. You don't think about your food when you are eating.
Right. Is this true for the people who eat and study at the same time? Will someone read number 4, please?
Me,
Number
teacher.
4, me.
Camilla, go ahead, and then
Okay. You have problems with friends and loved ones. You don't listen to them carefully and they feel this.
maybe this is talking about when you're chatting on your phone, when you're with your family or with your friends and not paying attention to your friends. Well, number 5.
Me, teacher.
Go ahead, Douglas.
You do some tasks badly. You make mistake because you are doing 2 things at the same time.
Yeah. And number 6.
Yeah, me, teacher.
Go ahead.
Finally, and this is the big one, your stress levels go up. And that's the biggest problem.
Yeah, you get, according to this, you get more stressed. You get more stressed when you're multitasking. I don't remember if there's another one. Do you guys agree? Do you agree with this?
Repeat.
Do you agree? Is multitasking bad? Does it hurt you? Does it cause problems? Or can multitasking sometimes be good? We talked about music. Music can be okay. Is it true? Does your memory get worse? Does it make you eat fast? Do you have problems with friends? Do you do tasks badly? Do your stress levels go up? Do you agree? I'm going to go to the next one, and then you can answer me then. It's asking what you can do about it. So, do you think it's a problem? Let me ask this: is multitasking a problem? Is multitasking a problem? Your book says yes. Is multitasking a problem for you guys, for all of you? You can write in the chat if you want. I know with a big class, sometimes it's hard to speak. There's many people, but you can speak, you can type. Is multitasking a problem for you? You guys are quiet tonight. Here in the book thinks there's a problem. So here the book is giving you a solution. We're talking about solutions a little bit at the beginning, giving advice and solutions. So saying, what can you do about it? So will someone read, please, this section?
Hey, teacher Mimi.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Well, what can you do about it? It is very easy. Do one thing at the time. When you eat, eat. When you read, read. And when you talk to a friend, only talk and listen. Remember, my friend, next week we're going to meet in the park. Turn off our phones, have the food or drink, and just talk and listen. That's my plan. She doesn't know it yet. I'll let you know what happens.
Okay, I'll let you know what happens. Do you think it's going to work? Ruth says it's a problem for her because you can't do several things at the same time. And it can be dangerous. When is multitasking dangerous?
For example, when somebody are driving your car, it's very dangerous.
Yeah. Is it illegal in Peru? Is it illegal to drive and use your phone at the same time? I read this in the chat too. So in Peru, is it legal by the law? Is it legal to drive and use your phone at the same time? I think you're correct. It definitely can be dangerous. Is it legal if the police see you? And I said it depends. It depends on the work you do. So sometimes yes, sometimes no. Which I think is also a good answer. Let me ask this question. Do your teachers let you use your phones in class? I know not everyone goes to school, but do your teachers let you use your phones in class? Okay, so Ruth said it's not legal, but people do it. I think it's similar in the United States. It's not legal, but many people do it. Do your teachers let you use your phones in class? For example, if you're using a dictionary or you need to take a message. Can you use your phone in university class or in secondary class? In high school? In the United States, secondary school is the same as high school. So in secondary school or university, can you use your phone in class? So David says in his school they cannot. I know in my country, in universities, you can do it, but it's disrespectful. In school, it depends on the school. In high school or secondary school, it depends. In my country. So David says they don't let them use their phone in his school. I know, I know many of you use your phones in online classes. Not everyone, but many people do, because it's easy. So Paula says it's not necessary. Karen says they don't use the phone in her class. So, let me ask this: do you think phones are useful in school? Sometimes it's your choice. When I am in a meeting, when I am in school, when I'm in a class, normally I do not use my phone. So Paolo says it depends on what you use your phone for. So yeah. Sometimes older people have more distractions on phones than younger people. But sometimes younger people have trouble too. Okay. I ask because sometimes in school you don't have a computer. You don't have a way to look up information. So sometimes, yeah, Karen says it depends too. Sometimes I think phones can be useful. Jesus makes a good example. Jesus says he takes captures of the blackboard or the whiteboard. So I think that's a really good point. I think it can be useful for research. There's really good, for example, in English class, there's really good dictionary apps. App is app, right? In English, we say app. There's good dictionary apps. So sometimes I think it can be useful, but sometimes people try to multitask and sometimes it's distracting. I'll keep going. I don't want to spend too much time, but I wanted to ask you guys. There's how much time we have before the break? There's a section in your book that says where you're looking at the word webs. You want to cross out the verb which does not go with a noun, then look in the text and find one more word for each of the words. So for example, on number 1, you can say I get a text message, I send a text message, but you cannot order a text message. I'm gonna make this smaller. I honestly don't remember what it said with text message. So I'm skipping ahead. So we're talking about text messages. I don't see where it says about text messages, but you know, number one, instead of for text message. So that's what it says. So instead of order a text message, what can you get? What else can you do with a text message? For example, you can receive.
Teacher, el deber gets is very confused for me.
Yeah.
In each sentences. El uso.
Yeah. Get has you use get in many places in English where you don't use it in Spanish. I'll explain this in Spanish really quick because I think it's confusing. So se usa get con muchas palabras en inglés que a veces no tiene mucho sentido en español. Pero cuando recibes algo, muchas veces decimos get en inglés. So en este caso con a text message, recibes en text message es igual como get a text message. A package, you get a package, como recibes un paquete. You get happy, se supone feliz. So, no quiere complicar, no quiere hacer más de la gramática, pero usamos get con muchas palabras en inglés. Yeah, does that make sense? Creo que a veces no hay buena explicación. Buena explicación, solo es que unas palabras usa ciertas palabras como get y otras palabras, otros sustantivos usa otras palabras. So a veces es solo de familiarizarlo, ¿no? So I think sometimes there's not a good explanation. But en este contexto, get quiere decir recibir. David wrote, does that make sense? ¿Entienden? I think too, as you get more advanced, cuando ustedes están más avanzados en inglés también, tiene más sentido, porque usamos get, palabras como get, en diferentes contextos, depende de la gramática también. David wrote answer a text message, which is also correct. So I'll put another one, which is also a really good one. So you can answer a text message, you can get a text message. There's a couple possibilities. What about turn on your phone? Answer your phone. So I just said turn on. Answer your phone. Turn on your phone. Turn your phone. Which is incorrect?
Turn.
Yes. So turn your phone. You turn your car, but you can't turn. If you turn your phone, it would be like turn your phone. But turn on is turn on your phone. So turn is incorrect. Oops, sorry. It's an easy way to cross this out. Turn is incorrect, and the correct way someone think of an alternative. Instead of turn, what can you say?
Turn off.
Yeah, turn off.
Turn off.
Is probably the most common. So turn off your phone. What about the third one? Talk a conversation, Start a conversation or finish a conversation? Which is incorrect?
Talk a
Talk
conversation.
conversation.
Yeah. good. And what is a better word?
Have a conversation.
Have a conversation.
Have. Anything else? Have is good. Any other possibilities? There are many words, but can you think of anything else?
Teacher, I have a question. In this
Okay.
case, in conversation, the word gets is possible.
Get a conversation. Es que si dices get a conversation, suena como recibes una conversación. So, de repente en unos contextos como recibes en conversación en tu WhatsApp o algo puede ser, pero sería igual como en español podría ser recibir en conversación.
Recibir, no, creo que no. No.
Yes, yeah, so creo que sería igual en inglés, porque get a conversation is like recibes la conversación. A veces la gente dice, I get what you're saying, como entiendo lo que dices, I get what you're saying, que es una excepción, so no quiero confundirte, but
Ujú.
if you say I get what you're saying, or I get the conversation, quiere decir que lo entiendo, ¿no? But it's kind of it's un poco coloquial. Say colloquial in English. So no es muy común. So normalmente no se dice I get a conversation. Será igual como recibir una conversación. Right? You can get your phone. Oh, sorry. You can get your phone if you forget it. It's like, oh wait, I forgot. I need to go to my house and get my phone. That would be okay. It's como conseguir or something like that. Right? Does that make sense? ¿Entienden? ¿Entiende? Okay. You can start a conversation. You can finish a conversation. You can have a conversation. You could probably, what else? You could end a conversation. It's similar to finish conversation or end a conversation. Is a possibility.
Teacher, listen a conversation with other people.
Listen to, yeah. But you have to say listen.
Listen to.
Be careful, this is a really common mistake. So listen. Listen to a conversation. But remember to say to. Es una equivocación muy común en español. Escucho muchos hablantes de español dicen, listen to a conversation. But it's always listen to. Read the conversation. Yeah, for example, in a book, you can read a conversation. That would be a possibility. Especially in English class, you can read a conversation. So these are all possibilities for conversation. Create a conversation. Create a conversation. Create a conversation. Normally decimos start a conversation. Si dices create a conversation, yo pienso como si eres un escritor, por ejemplo. You create a conversation, como inventar algo. Pero normalmente no decimos create a conversation, normalmente decimos start a conversation, right? But maybe in some circumstances. What about names and numbers? You exchange names and numbers, you answer names and numbers, or you remember names and numbers. Which one is incorrect?
Answer.
Yeah, answer is incorrect. So instead of answer, what can you say instead?
Forget.
Forget, for example. Forget names and numbers. Anything else? Memorize, yeah. You don't have to do that too much if you have it on your phone, but yeah, you can memorize names and numbers. For example. If, for example, when I meet somebody the first time, hello, my name's Joey. What's your name? My name's John. Oh, nice to meet you, John. Let's exchange numbers, you know. Or sometimes people say, write your number. You could say, can I get your number? So to talk about get a little more. Let me see if I can write this. Sometimes we do say, can I get your number? Like, ¿me puedes dar tu número? Can I get your number? So you can say, let's exchange numbers, or can I get your number? Is another common way to say it. Okay. So get is a little confusing. Se usa en muchas situaciones get, pero más se escucha es más fácil, ¿no? Y aquí get quiere decir recibir. So, me puedes dar o puedo recibir tu número. There's more. You can write a number, you can memorize a number, you can forget, you can do lots of things. But just, I think this will be on the midterm. So make sure que es segura, right? Make sure you know these. Do you have any questions? You say no questions, or I don't have any questions. Make sure you guys understand. No, I don't have any questions. Or you can say no questions. The short way to say it, no questions. No questions. Let's go on to the next one. I know it's a lot of book work. We'll do some speaking activities with the second part. So here, this is also from your book, just to fill in the blank. How often do you texts? Do you always a text straight away? Do you your phone at night? Is it easy for you to a conversation in English? Do you ever someone's name? And is it difficult for you to phone numbers? See if you guys can do this. So number one.
How often do you send text?
Send text. You could also say receive or get texts. How often do you send text? What about number two? Do you always? I'm sorry?
Receive.
Receive. Or maybe read.
Text.
Receive a text. Do you always receive a text right away, or do you always read a text right away? When you receive a text, do you always read it straight away? Straight away means quickly, immediately. Or do you wait? All right, this is in the chat. Or do you wait before you read a text? Oh, did I not write that? It keeps making me when I send these text messages, these texts, it makes me, it keeps sending them to individual people instead of everyone. So let's try this again. So Camila said it depends on the person who sends her text. Ruth says she reads it quickly. What about in a meeting? If you're in a meeting or in class, do you read it really quick? I know some of you aren't allowed to have phones in class, but so a lot of people will look at it quickly. Reset sometimes. Sometimes it's an emergency, so you have to look. Oh, number 3. Do you your phone at night?
Do you turn off?
Yep, turn off.
Turn off.
Do you turn off your phone at night?
Is it easy for you have a conversation in the English?
Yeah, is it easy for you to have a conversation in English? Hey, let's answer these questions first, and then I'll ask you guys. Oh, number 5. Do you ever
Remember.
do you ever remember someone's names? O sea, siempre olvides.
Teacher, forget.
Forget is probably a little bit better. Remember, forget. O sea, a veces olvides. Remember is a possibility. It depends on the question. Here, I want to ask you guys, but first, number 6. Is it difficult for you to
Remember?
Memorize.
memorize or remember? Both are fine. Do you have to remember phone numbers? Because you can put it on your phone. I don't know how important. I don't know how important it is. Why don't you guys let's ask these questions in a group. So I can remember my old number from my mom and my dad because it was before I had a cell phone. But now I cannot remember new numbers because I just put it in contacts. So let's do this in groups, and I want you guys to speak a little bit. So I'll make a note at the bottom to make sure you guys understand. So ask these questions to your group. Okay, everyone answer. Speak only English. Okay, so I'm going to put you guys in groups. You understand the question? This is in your book, so you can see the questions in your book. Let's make this simpler to make sure everyone does the same thing. I'll just simplify it. So these will be the questions. Ask these questions to each other in your group and respond only in English, okay? I just want you guys to practice speaking English, okay? So I'm gonna put you in groups. Understand? ¿Entienden?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, I want you guys to practice speaking a little bit. So we'll do this real short, maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and just ask your partners and answer. So I'll put you guys in groups. All right, I'll stop this. I can't find bigger rooms there. Okay, sorry. So let's create 4 groups and we'll go ahead and start. Like I said, we'll do this about 4 minutes, just really quick to practice speaking a little bit. And I'll come check on you guys.